So I did a little bit of the
ask
advance.
what you were watching, but go on.
Not on here. So I by the way, if you're just joining us, Dad's Bet Baseball, Adam Rosenberg, Cj Buskey, aka Slippin' Jimmy. We are here to talk about sports, to talk about betting, to talk about baseball. And soon we will be talking about baseball and football, but more on that later. All right. So I have a filter within Handygraphs. Handygraphs is our site, www.handygraphs.com. It has all the deep analytics all pulled into one dashboard. It was intended to solve the problem of, hey, I don't want to go to 6 different sites and find stats. I also want to go on when I'm going on sites like Hall of Fame Bets or other sites. I want to be able to confirm what I'm seeing here and looking at from a trend perspective. This does it really well. So I have a filter that's called potential unders, and I use that to basically find pitchers that I think are in really good form. I do it with last 5, and I whittle down from there. There are a number of watch the games reasons of why I want to back the Braves tomorrow. But basically, Joey Wentz came up as one of the ones that is a good one to lean towards an under. He's actually been really good, former Tiger, now part of the Suicide Squad of Braves starters. Anyway, so I have them here. I'm looking at both the starters for tomorrow. Nolan McLean obviously has really great metrics from that one start. I will be fading Nolan McLean, not because of his stuff, but because it is his first road start. And I do that with all rookies. That is not just him. You should not feel like it's his fault, but there's other things about the Mets that are reasons why
you're feeling very anti-Mets today, but we're going to talk about that a little bit later.
There's a text exchange at 8 a.m. All right. So Joey Wentz, but if you want to double check it, Joey Wentz, the Mets, last 30 against the lefty. Let's see. Give me blue. Lots of blue. All right. And then the Braves, the last 30 plate appearances against a righty. A lot of red. Okay. So
I'll point out there too, by the way, Adam, you don't even need to go to actually go back and forth to see, are the Braves playing a righty or the Mets playing a lefty?
Oh, I know.
It's right there for you, right on the screen.
It is right there. Well, I just like to do the click when I have it on the But yeah. But so anyway, what I have done now is I've found a pitcher that I like. I found an angle that I like, and I've confirmed on the batting side that yes, I want to take the Braves. Now I'm going to go to Hall of Fame Bets, and I'm going to Hall of Fame Bets, which more than anybody else seems to have all the odds and stuff up very early, and I love it. I'm going to go down to this Braves game. I see that the Braves are very, it's basically this game's a coin flip, -104. That's worth a bet, by the way. But I'm going to get a little greedy. And the whole point of this is to kind of look at, well, what if I want to go a little extreme here and get a little bit more juice out of this? And that can happen by taking an alt run line. Part of the reason why I'm going to, an alt run line or reverse run line is when you take the dog in the bet, which the Braves, for lack of a better description, really are the dog or the shorter fave.
Good clarifier there, because you could take an alt run line with the favorite, and it could be -2.5, -2.5.
Right. This is a reverse run line. So the Braves by default are getting the +1.5. The Mets by default are getting the -1.5. That's how you know. So the reverse run line is to give the team that is getting the +1.5, make them win by 1.5. And it's usually you can get some bonkers prices with. The other day, it didn't win. The Pirates won, but they didn't score any runs after the second inning, which was hilarious, by the way. But it was 3-1 for them to win by 2 in a very clear getaway game for the Jays, who were flying back home after it, which was absurd. I took that all day, did not win, but the stake was low and it was a great bet in my opinion. So I'm looking at so the thing that I'm looking at here, you go to batter form. One of the things that you want when you're taking a reverse run line on a dog is you want the batters to be in really good form. So we've already established that we like the pitchers here, but we want the batters to be in good form. So if you look at the last 10, I would have taken the Mets, and the Braves had started hitting, but the last 5, the Braves have continued to hit, and the Mets have kind of played their version of baseball that they play up and down, but the Braves are unequivocally definitely hitting right now. So what I then am going to do is I'm going to go to leaders. And look, I already did this here.
I don't believe, by the way, that would have updated, I think, from today's game yet from the Mets.
They did well, and then they fell apart after the 4th inning. They couldn't put stuff together. But same kind of thing is basically what's happening. So when you're seeing teams in good batting form, it generally means that they are getting that a guy is getting like 3 out of their 4 plate appearances. This is like consistently working. Plus, we saw the lefty splits. They've just not done well. They got to Gore today. And
I was
then
gonna say, yeah, like that's one thing too. When you look at the batter form, that's also like, so you just showed that in Handigraphs where you see like, wow, against lefties, they've been terrible in their last 30. Then you go to the last 5 batter form, you're like, oh wait, okay, they seem overall okay. That's a good just kind of watch the games, because then you'll just know if they're playing a righty or a lefty.
Yep.
But I always do kind of just a quick, like, you know what, I'm just going to go back to ESPN, Fangraphs, whatever, and just quickly see, like, did they face a bunch of righties lately? And they had like one lefty thrown in there. And then you go, oh, okay, so they're actually still not hitting lefties. It's just they had a string of right-handed pitchers that they were able to go against in the last, 2 or 3 games.
Yep. And as someone who's watched not only a lot of Mets, but a lot of Mets versus Mackenzie Gore. Mackenzie Gore has gone against the Mets 6 times in the last year, and consistently runs out of gas at the exact same time. Mackenzie Gore is arguably in way worse form than Joey Wentz. So, which is, I never thought I'd say, but so I like this picture. I like that. Anyway, I'm seeing here, what I'm able to find is that the Braves are plus 190 on the reverse run line. If I think that they win by 2 runs, and can really bomb on a rookie making his first road start, which I think is a fantastic angle. I could take that here. So I have that, and I have that in my slip, and I will take that on. You could actually look at how often they have been hitting this. Let's see. You can tell you they had a tough series against the White Sox, and it's it's always interesting to take this on at home, but I like the way that they're hitting. I like what they're doing. This Mets pitching is kind of,
well, remember too, Braves, I mean, they've had the Mets number for literally their entire franchise's existence, but also
except for the only game that mattered. That's
true. That's true. Last season, but the Braves are still 7-3 against this Mets team already this season, and this is also a Braves team that was down 6-0 in Citi Field just last week and blew up David Peterson, came back to win that game, and so. My point there just being is that, like, some teams just also kind of have other teams' numbers. And the last time that the Braves, I believe the last time they played them at home, I think it was a 3-game sweep. So that's just important to remember there as well.
So anyway, that's kind of it. I mean, you can go back, and you can, again, we have some of our stats and some of our things here, but that would be why and how I'm taking the Braves reverse run line tomorrow minus it's a plus 190. So take that to win a unit. You can lay a unit, you could risk it. That's fine. That's aggressive. But I don't think you need to do that.